This Friday, August 28th, my strategy architect is released to all QuantCrawler members. So I want to walk you through exactly how this works, how you utilize it, and also tell you one thing without telling you one thing, if you get what I mean. If you can read between the lines, you're going to understand what I'm getting at and why this strategy architect is going to be so impactful for how you day trade. Stick with me. I'm going to show you that here in just a second. So this right here is the strategy architect, and this is available on Friday, August 28th. And is what this is it will build any V6 strategy or indicator for TradingView and Pine that you could possibly ever want. It's damn near perfect. I've tried to break it. I've tried everything. It compiles everything exactly what you want, and it's very good at starting to figure out exactly what you're looking for, how to build it. It asks you clarifying questions. And then on top of that, it builds in the ghost alert section. So you automatically can automate every single thing that's built in here if you choose to. So this is the main dashboard. And I want to quickly explain this because I know for some people who have never used an architect like this is going to be a little bit overwhelming. So I want this to be a really detailed walkthrough. If you already know roughly how to do this, you can probably skip 2 or 3 minutes ahead in this video. This part is for brand new users. So this section right here is build with AI, where when you click this, it just takes you into the chat and you start explaining to the AI model what you want it to build. And this AI model is trained specifically. Its brain is nothing but Pine script. So when you're talking to it, you can talk to it about literally anything of any complexity, and it's going to understand exactly what you're wanting to do as long as it's trading related. This one here, composed from blocks, is essentially like, think of just taking Legos or Lincoln Logs. You're taking a block, you're stacking another one, and you're just using building blocks to create a melting pot strategy or indicator, whatever you prefer. This one right here, paste my script, is if you already have a strategy or indicator that you like, and maybe one thing isn't working right on it, you can paste it in here and it will fix it for you. Or you can say, hey, I want you to add in this to my strategy that I'm already using. On top of that, please input ghost alerts so everything is formatted correctly so I can automate it. So this is the best way to bring your own personal script, or maybe you and a buddy have a script that you built together, but it's not set up for ghost automation. Paste it in here, and all you need to tell it is add ghost alerts to this so I can automate it, and it'll kick out the exact script with the alerts, and you're ready to go and automate, and it'll tell you exactly how to do it. This section right here is start from a proven setup. So RSI divergence indicator, opening range breakout strategy. Like if you like the opening range breakout, which I still trade the opening range breakout, I don't get to trade it as much as I want because QuantCrawler keeps me busy. I don't have a lot of chart time anymore, but the opening range breakout strategy has been around since the 1980s. It's 45 plus years old. It's a great strategy, but maybe you want to put in a fake out filter or a volume filter or whatever you want. You can start with that as a proven setup and a baseline, and the strategy architect already knows that. And you also can work off of a sweep and reclaim, which if you're an ICT trader or you want to get into ICT, sweep and reclaim is essentially power of three. This is the foundation of power of three, and it's going to essentially work and modify it to whatever you want for your trading style and use power of three as your building block. I also right here have a template of 19 different strategies and indicators in here that you can use as a starting point to play off of, like an EMA cross, break even bracket strategy, sweep and reclaim, which we talked about up here, ghost alert strategy skeleton, and then with your indicators, VWAP bands, session highlighter, ATR trailing stop overlay, like fib trend continuation. There are building blocks in here, but the point of this is that you can essentially select any of these and get started from there. So I'm going to keep this simple just for the sake of the video. And the first one I'm going to show you is the opening range breakout strategy. So let's just actually let's start here on compose from blocks, and we're going to use opening range breakout strategy as our baseline. So we'll click compose from blocks, and it brings you here into your building blocks section in the top left. Over here is where it's going to output your actual script, and you can one-click copy and paste it in. We're going to get to that in just a moment, but you're focused right here on this left-hand side. So for the base, we're going to select opening range breakout. That right there is going to give us the main foundation. Then on the filters, let's say I want an EMA trend, I want a volume spike filter, a day a week, a session window, and I want, let's just say, an ATR regime filter. And then on my exits, I want all four of these to be an option. So is what I do here is I just come down and click generate. But you can see at the bottom, there's two different options. If you want it to build you a script, this is a credit-based system. And the only reason, I know some people are going to hate that, but the only reason it's a credit-based system is because I know if I don't have something in here like that, someone somewhere is going to sit here all day long and try and make 20 to 30 to 50 strategies or indicators in Pine and just absolutely abuse the API. So there's a credit based system, but every single user of QuantCrawler gets enough credits to build 5 to 10, depending on how complex they are and how many questions you have to go back and forth on. 5 to 10 strategies or indicators a month. So, can you do 5 to 10 a day? No, you can't. Can you do 5 to 10 a month, which should be plenty if you actually have a strategy? Yes, it's more than enough. So, that's why there's a credit based system. It's not so I can try and make money on it, it's so nobody can sit here all day long and exploit it. So if we're ready to build, we leave it in build mode. If we need to ask it questions or tell it something, we need to kick it over to one credit only so we can ping back and forth with the AI. But since I'm already ready to build based on these building blocks, I'm going to leave it in build mode and I'm just going to click generate. Now, this is going to take 30 to 45 seconds, so I'm just going to cut the video and be right back when it's done. It's currently 7:55 a.m. on August 24th. All right, so now you can see I moved myself out of the way. It's 7:57, so it's been about 2 minutes, and it generated this script over here on the right-hand side. You can see at the top, it says built with Strategy Architect by QuantCrawler and version 6. So it built this in Pine 6, and it tells you over here the changes that it did and that it made based on this right here. So compose the opening range breakout base, merge the 3 bracket exit blocks into a single exit mode selector, layered the session end flatten break even block on top, ghost automation wired into entries, bracket exits, and session end flatten with buy sell exit JSON payloads. And then it gives you some notes. So from here, let's look at the right side. Now, this created a 200 line almost Pine that's ready to go with exactly what you asked for, and it built it in a strategy. So is what you can do here is you can click copy and it will one-click copy, or you can click automate with Ghost. If you click automate with Ghost, let's just click it and I'll show you. We'll click it and it says, what symbol do you want to trade it on? Now, you wouldn't want to do this without testing, but I'm just showing you that you can do this now. You can then click your or enter in your symbol that you want this exact Pine to trade and click create the Ghost ticker. And then from there, it's already created the ticker within your Ghost settings. Like it's already, if we went and looked. Right here are the action items you need to do. Step 1, put the script on your chart. Open the TradingView Pine editor, paste the script, and add it to the chart of MNQ. Open script and open TradingView. So I'm going to right click and then open link in new tab, and it's going to open up TradingView already for me up here at the top. So I can copy the script, one click, and then turn on the automate with Ghost checkbox in the script settings. That's what makes it actually send the order. It's telling me the exact message I need in my alert and the webhook URL right here for the ticker it created within Ghost. So every single thing that I need to have happen to automate this script that we just built is all right here for me. I can copy the script, copy the message, copy the webhook, and then I verify with a test alert that it's working. So we are going to go copy the script, or if you aren't going to automate with Ghost, you just one-click copy like I had mentioned right there and come into MNQ. Now, for those of you that have never used PineScript or built your own strategy or indicator, down on this right-hand side, kind of right of my camera there's a tree right here that's Pine, a Pine. You would click that, and it's going to open up the Pine editor right here. Now, there's two things you have to make sure of. On this drop-down right here, you can go to create new, and if you built an indicator, you need to be on indicator. If you built a strategy, you need to be on strategy. So since we just built a strategy, I'm going to make sure, and even though this opened up, I don't know what level it's in, so I'm going to just go create new and then go strategy, and I'm going to go don't save. And then right here is where you would just highlight this and completely remove it, and now you're back to a blank slate. So is what we want to do is now just paste in the Pine that we one-click copied from right here. Again, one-click copy right here in Pine, and then all you need to do is click add to chart. So once you click add to chart, it starts compiling. You can see it's loading. And then right here, it compiled with no errors. First try, and it's now 8:01. So I started building this script at 7:55, and 6 minutes later, I have a strategy with a backtest report on MNQ on the 4 minute time frame from our strategy architect. So this doesn't look overly impressive, but it's a brand new strategy that we haven't even fine-tuned yet. So let's go to the 5 minute. That's my preferred time frame. We got significantly worse. That's fantastic. We love to see it. So the next thing we can do is just verify that all the settings we wanted actually made it into the strategy itself. So we can come up here, let's minimize this, and right here is our opening range breakout multi-filter that we built. So we can come over to the settings. Right here at the top is this first box that you would want to check to automate with Ghost. You can see when you hover, automate this indicator strategy with QuantCrawler's Ghost automation. So you would select this, and then at this point, the alerts are going to communicate with Ghost when they fire, and you set everything up correctly. So you can see here under direction, allow longs, allow shorts. You can enable or disable either one of them. You can establish how long you want your opening range minutes to be. You can establish when you want your opening range session to start. So if you want this to be for Asia session or London session or New York session, you can do that. You also could come back into the strategy architect and say, add in, now that you've already built your baseline, add in a New York session, London session, Asia session. So I have 3 different toggles that I can pick and choose what I want, or you can just adjust this however you see fit. You can adjust the EMA trend filter. We selected to have that as an option, so that's there. We have a volume spike where this is going to calculate off of candles and the multiple of the average of that time frame. So we have that factored in. We have our days of the week. We have our session window. We have our ATR regime, which we selected as well as an option. Under our exit modes, our bracket types, we can go fixed, ATR, or trailing. It said it consolidated these into a drop down, which it did. We then have fixed points for our stop loss and take profit, which we are under the fixed section. So this will be valid for this drop down. If we want ATR, we'd come right here and go ATR. And now this section is controlling our stop loss and our take profit. Here's our trailing mode and our stops. We can do points or ATR. So we have our trailing stop in there, which we requested. And then we have a session exit where it's going to make sure that you are flat at 15:55 or whatever time frame you select in Eastern Standard time zone. So that right there is every single setting that we wanted. And again, it's now 8:04. So in 9 minutes, we've walked through the settings. We've set all of this up. We've added it to our chart. We've built it from nothing to everything. And of course, we want to fine tune it. But that's for you to decide on how you want to fine tune it within the strategy architect. Is how the alerts would work on this is you would just simply right click, do add alert. You would then select it from the actual drop down here. Same as chart, it's open ended. Right here, we will delete all of this in our message box. Let's come back over here to our strategy architect. We can go back to automate with Ghost. Again, we'll do MNQ, create the ticker. Right here, it's giving us our alert message, so we will copy it. That needs to be right here. And we're going to say MNQ orb build, and we click apply. And then right here under webhook, under this bottom drop down, if I went too quick, under notifications, you want to get to webhook right here. You would delete this out. And then right here is your webhook that's specific to the ticker you just made. So you then would simply paste that in right here, click apply. And then once you click create, you have now built a strategy from conception, idea in your head to fully automated, ready to go, taking trades. And again, I know I've said it a few times, it just hit 8:05. We've done all of this in under 10 minutes. So once I click create, this would be live. I obviously am not going to do that because I haven't tested this, but that's how you would set up the alert. Now, here's the other piece. For those of you in the beginning that are like, hey, what was that one thing you alluded to that we kind of have to read minds on? I'm going to show you that right now. So let's say we're back here on the home screen, right? We're back at the home page of the strategy architect. We're going to click build with AI, and it brings us back in here to the screen we were just on. So I'm going to go into the ask mode down here at the bottom, and I'm going to say, I have a description of an indicator, see, that I've been working on for quite a while. It's for private use only. This part right here is very important. This strategy architect is built specifically to not build anything unless you know what I'm saying. If you don't tell it that it's for personal use only and you go in and say, I want you to give me a one-to-one copy of this exact strategy because I want to monetize it. Why would I let you do that? Like that's just blatant. I'm going to one-to-one copy this and I want you to do it for me. That's not what we're here to do. But we are here to build things for our private use. So, as long as you say it's for private use only, I just can't seem to figure out. I've been working on this for a long time, but never been able to get it to work. If I give you the description of it, can you generate it so I can test it on my chart? That's all I'm going to say on that. I'm pretty sure from what I just told you, you're able to figure out what I'm about to do. If you can't, then I can't help you much more than that. So read between the lines. You can infer what I'm saying. So I'm going to click generate. Now it's going to think about what I just told it. Absolutely. Send over the description and I'll build it. A few things that help me get it right the first time: what it plots, the math, input, signal conditions, time frame behavior, alerts. Part of it is fuzzy. That's fine. Describe it in plain English. I'll make reasonable choices and flag the assumptions so you can adjust after testing. One note: if the behavior describing is your own original idea, we're good. I just can't recreate QuantCrawler's proprietary tools. Ha, built that in just for myself. Those are members only products. Anything you've designed yourself, I'll write as your script. I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to highlight this whole entire description in here. I'm going to highlight the notes, the release notes, and everything. And then from right here, I'm going to copy it. I'm then going to come back over into my strategy architect. Now, I do need to make sure that this doesn't reference QuantCrawler anywhere in here because it will shut it down if it does, which I don't think I put that in my description. I did not. So I'm going to come over here and say, here's the description. And then I'm going to just paste in that whole entire thing. And then I'm going to click over into build mode and click generate. Now, it's writing the Pine script and it says it can take a minute or two. So now all I've done is give it a description of an indicator or a strategy for my own personal use that I want to have built for me. So you can see here as well, while this is building, I don't have anything selected up here. So I know we just built an opening range breakout strategy, but I'm giving it a full description of what I want. So that's what it's doing. I didn't select to have any bases, and it's an AI model. It knows what you give it. If you don't give it anything, it's just a clean slate. So um, it's working on building right here, and it's going to compile it right over here for me. So we're going to leave it at that right there. I'm not going to go any further. You get what I'm saying. And this right here is the strategy architect that comes out on August 28th to all QuantCrawler members. Everybody gets access to it. You can get a free 30-day trial on our QuantCrawler Pro membership. Outside of the trial, it's $9.99 a month. We have other packages available, but the base Pro membership, free for 30 days, will get you access to the strategy architect so you can test it out.